So being thrifty can pay off in the long run, especially if you start young. But the problem is many recent college grads haven't been taught the basics on saving money, setting goals, or even managing their time. The new book, Generation WTF, aims to help 20-somethings take control of their lives and build lasting habits that will lead them to success. So for more, we are joined by the author, Dr. Christine Wheeling. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay, first and foremost, let's get to the title of this book. Generation WTF. What does that stand for? And be careful with those words.
That's right. That's right.
It's morning television here.
Wise, tenacious, and fearless. You can say that on morning TV, right?
Unlike what the others might think it stands for.
So the idea of the book was I didn't want to be one of those school marms telling the kids to sit up straight or something like that. I wanted some advice that was going to be really approachable for this generation and speak to where they are right now. So that's the WTF to Wise, Tenacious, Fearless
Okay,
title.
well, in there's some really good information on how to save your money, as we were just talking about. So when it comes to being thrifty, how do you go about that? Where do you start? What do you track your money daily? What do you do?
The first thing you do is figure out where your money goes. Really be honest with yourself about your spending. So many of my students were amazed by how much money they spent on those under $10 purchases. They really add up, right? So track your spending for a week. See where you're going, and that'll be a great first start.
Is there a way to set some core beliefs, some core values when it comes to money?
Absolutely. So we think about money and values as being totally separate, but they're not. I encourage my students to think about 5 core values or so, and then keep them front and center to very much guide their spending decisions.
Like what?
Maybe you clip your values to a credit card, or you put them on your phone. You know, what are the things that you care about? Is it friendship? Is it family? Those sorts of things. And then have those guide your spending decisions so that you steer away from the frivolous stuff.
But you know, we all have our weaknesses, so how do you keep that in check?
Instead of thinking about it in terms of what you can't have, think about it in terms of the choices that you're going to make to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish.
Gotcha.
So let's say you want to go on a big vacation. Well, you're saving up for that. So you may make some sacrifices in the short term to accomplish your goals in the long term.
But would, say, a friend or a buddy system kind of help out too?
Absolutely. I mean, that works with both thrift and with procrastination. You choose your friends wisely because they impact your behavior.
So, right?
Right? So just like if you want to get a paper done, you want to go and hang out with your studious roommates rather than hanging out with your party girl roommate.
Right, or the ones that procrastinate. And let's get to that because when it comes to procrastination, you've got to figure out a way to get yourself motivated. So where do you start?
I like to call it the sort of the gold star reward system, right? So you want to think in terms of little rewards to keep yourself motivated and on track. Maybe it's a cookie or a candy or something like that. Maybe it's a movie night out with your friends. The idea is to give yourself an incentive to make it through that boring to-do list.
And one of the other tips that you have in the book is asking yourself, how will this help me? How does that asking that question make a difference?
No one likes to be told what to do, and so many of the things we have to do, people are sort of telling us to do, right? So think about it in terms of taking ownership of a particular project. What's this going to mean to me? How is this going to help me in the long run? And then you'll get the job done and do a much better job along the way.
That's a great way of tricking yourself into it, right?
That's right, exactly.
And then we're back to the buddy system again, if just in case you kind of have those lapses in judgment and you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah, you know, research has shown time and again, choose your friends wisely, and my students find it so helpful to really buddy up and pair up to accomplish their goals.
All right, Dr. Christine Wheeling, as always, we appreciate it. This is a really interesting book, Generation WTF. I like that title, and it's now available for everyone to go out and get it if they wish. Thanks for being with us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me on.